Morning everyone, here we are again, day 3 now. A little bit more rested than I was yesterday. We've just got the 40 matches today, which is a piece of cake. Have a quick look at yesterday's results. Started off with an excellent one, Londero, straight sets win as underdog. That was a nice way to start the day. Cuddler put up more of a fight than I expected there, took it to 5 sets, Buster through easily, Mino through. Medvedev won't be happy to have lost that one. Very good performance from the Frenchman there. TFO put up a good fight, also took it to 5 sets. Mute through as expected, Madden through as expected, Garin Gasquet survived 3 sets without retiring. Baena through, obviously Nadal through, Koric through, dropped a set to Bedene, which wasn't unexpected. Laxonen through, lucky loser. Wawrinka had a bit of a wobble, dropped the second set in a tie break to Kovalic, whatever. Simon through easily against Stakowski. Songa dropped a set. Third set, not a great shock when that happens, as I mentioned yesterday. A little bit surprised, Caruso won that, expected him to take a set, didn't expect him to take 3. Djokovic comfortable. Harris, tough match with Russell. Was 2-1 down in that one, came through in 5. Pair dropped a tiebreak set to Kopil. Sandgren took a set as expected there. Albert came through with the win. I don't think I went for Bublik to win that. I think I had him to take a set, but not to take the match. A couple of tie breaks and a 7-5 in that one. Cuevas comfortable in 3. Nice trade at the end of the day. Shapovalov took an early break. Looked pretty good in the early games. Very tight sets. Struff through in 3. Team had a bit of a wobble, dropped the second set and needed a tiebreak in the third, but through safely enough. Onto the ladies, Davis through as expected. Kanepi was, I think, 4-1 down in that first set. Against Guegues, came through in 2. Disappointing from Cornet, she cost me a little bit yesterday. Usually does well at the French Open. To be fair, Kuzmova played well, but disappointing from Cornet. Burton's didn't have it all their own way actually in those 2 sets, but through comfortable enough. I can't remember how much of a chance I gave Parry in that one. I don't think I had her to win it. I actually don't remember. Didn't trade it. No idea how it went. Did trade Wozniacki. That went pretty much as expected. Nice high price at the start. I think I took 192. Didn't expect a 6-love first set, but I thought she'd do well in the first. And then a lay after that. She almost came back in the third set, but just ran out of steam. Good finish from Kudermetova. Konta through comfortably. Kvitova pulled out. So Kostaya played Juvan, who I don't know anything about. I didn't cover that one because couldn't be asked. I was going to say I didn't have time. I couldn't be asked. I was too tied up in the trades. Lucky loser came through, took it to 3 sets. Brady finished off her delayed match from the previous day, 7-5 in the third. I expected that to go to 3. Barty comfortable. Pavlyuchenkova disappointing. Manella, very good clay player, but hadn't been in great form. Pavlyuchenkova hadn't been in good form, but she has a decent record at the French Open. Herzog finished off her delayed match 8-6 in the third. I expected that one. Don't know what happened to Lepchenko. I think she came through the qualifying rounds. Won 2 games. So inconsistent that go. Sevastova comfortable as expected. Bekic, I thought she may drop a set there, but she didn't. Straight through. Sharma disappointing. Some nice trades early on in that match. Sharma went behind but came back. really struggled on serve. I don't know what she was doing there. It's not her best day ever. Mertens Zidansek, reasonably what I expected. Zidansek tired from having the final last week. Did manage to take a set, but just run out of steam. Putin Saver, another disappointing one yesterday. On reflection, though, she was probably tired, having also played the final, a final last week. Dias comfortable. Yastremska, another one who had a long week last week, ran out of steam. Suarez Navarro's got a good record at the French anyway, so not a huge surprise in that one. Collins through very easily. Maria poor on clay, so not a huge shock there. Disappointed with Buzanescu. Alexandrova played a good match, but I actually thought Buzanescu would take that, but she didn't, so that also cost me a little bit. Risk started well against Petkovic. I think was a break and a setup. Petkovic came through in a tight third. Expected Zvonarova to lose, and she did as slight favourite. I thought Strichkova would do better than she did. She's got a decent record at the French. Those maybe gained a little bit of confidence from actually winning a match last week. Threw in 2. Serena, strange one. I didn't actually trade that one. I can't remember what match I was in, or maybe I was taking a break at the time, but she went a double breakdown. When I saw the score, I just thought, well, she's injured again. She's probably going to pull out. Didn't lose a game in the second and third sets. Expected Kenin to drop a set, and she did. And expected 3 sets in the Golubic. And that went as expected as well. So overall, pretty happy with those. Let's crack on and look at today's. Is that one? Okay, just 40 matches today. Sounds like a lot. It's not really. It's pretty much a normal day. So I managed to catch up on a bit of sleep, get a few breaks in yesterday. Right, let's go through. Fognini should be comfortable against Seppi. Seppi will fight. I think he did well last year. Don't know. Head-to-head's 5-5. Fognini's won their last 5 and all were on clay, so I don't see him having too many problems there. Tomic has been in pretty poor form. Fritz should be comfortable there. I suppose Tomic may nick a set, but he needs to get his act together a little bit. Delbonis has been in good recent form. He shouldn't have too many problems with Garcia Lopez. No value at that price though. Back him if he loses the first set. Del Potro. Hasn't quite found his form. He's not played many games since he came back. Normally does, when he's been out for a while, does hit the ground running. Clay isn't the best surface for him because when he does come back, he relies on his serve to get him through matches. Expect him to come through that one with Jarry, who hasn't been in terrific form. Worth backing there if Del Potro gets broken early and Jarry holds his serve afterwards. Zverev, chance he's going to be tired. He won the title in Geneva last week. No value at that price. I've actually written that there's no value unless Zverev's leg falls off. Probably a fair assessment. I'd expect Nishioka to take that one, but McDonald should be competitive. Nish doesn't have amazing stats on clay. He's played fairly well recently, I say he should take it, but I don't expect him to take that in 3. Norrie, not a bad price there. French guy's a wild card this week. He's isn't he? He's a qualifier. He's come through the qualifying rounds. He reached the quarterfinals of Clay Challenger 2 weeks ago. Decent opponents that he beat there. I think he can take a set, but I do favour Norrie if he's got his head on the right way around. I would back it out. I want to price nearer evens, so 195 at least before backing Norrie in that one. Don't expect it to be over in 3. EMA looks a decent price there. Stats strongly favour him. Both have come through the qualifying rounds. I would have expected a lower price there. Hopefully I'm not missing anything. I think Roller will probably take a set, but EMA's got to be the pick on that one. Batista Agut. Even when he's on form, his sets are usually very close. So if his form dips a little bit, he can have some disappointing losses. And we have seen that from him, certainly over the last 12 months. He's been a bit better this year. Johnson being in awful form for many months. He's just starting to play a little bit better. He made, what did he do last week? Quarterfinals in Lyon last week. No value on Bautista. Johnson's got a chance to take maybe a tie-break set in that one. It would be obviously an upset if Johnson wins over the best of 5. Tricky one there with Karlovic and Lopez. 2 big servers. Obviously Clay negates the serve a little bit. Neither player's been in amazing form. Karlovic leads the head-to-head 6-4. They've never met on clay. Overall results a little bit better for Karlovic. Lopez slightly better results on clay. French Open results a little bit better for Lopez, although his better results were a few years ago. At that sort of price, there's got to be value on Karlovic. The sets are going to be tight. Good chance of tie breaks. You could look to lay Lopez around about 1.3 and take some liability out if he gets broken. What else have we got there? Montero is a decent price there. Lajovic leads the head-to-head. Keep going, Brian. He leads it 2-1. The most recent was on clay in 2017 when Lajovic retired. So Montero hasn't actually won a match in their previous matches. Why is my brain going slow? Why is my brain going slow? Slower than normal. I think Montero's going to take at least a set there. I'll look to back Lajovic around 1.8. Got a favour for Keener in that one. Inexperienced, or fairly inexperienced, but he's doing really well recently. I think Thompson will be competitive. He's going to be able to take at least a set. Got to go with Fokina to win. 1.75, 1.8, something around there is a decent entry price. Ebden, very poor on clay. No value there on Barrera unless he loses the first set. That could be a tricky one for Puy. He's got a good record at the French Open. He has made 3rd round for the last 2 seasons. Bolelli's come through the qualifying rounds. He's actually got better stats, and the head-to-head is 3-1 in Bolelli's favour. Certainly not going to be all Puy's. It won't be going all Puy's way. Jesus, I need an injection of intelligence. What have we got? Back Puy if he gets broken, and I think we can lay the set 1 winner. Zumher find a bit of form recently. He should be comfortable in there, but there's no value unless he loses a set. Stieber has played 2 matches this year, 2 matches last year. Got to be rusty. No problem there for the Russian. Decent price on Klizan. Kukushkin, poor record on clay, although has won their only previous clay meeting. around about 1.9 looks a decent entry for Klizan there. Verdasco should be comfortable-ish against Evans. Evans can lift his game against the big names. Doesn't usually get the results, but can give him a few scares. I think Evans will take a set in that one. Worth backing Verdasco if he loses that first set. Monfils should be comfortable. Not that much between their clay results. Obviously, Monfils plays at a higher level opponents, and he's got an excellent record at the French Open, so he should find a way to come through. Don't give Daniel too much of a chance there. And in the last match there, Travaglia has got to be the favourite. Overall results in the last 12 months favour him, as well as this year. Mannarino really bad on clay. Travaglia won 15 of 20 on clay in 2019, back him around 1.8. On to the ladies before my brain packs up completely. What have we got? No value there on Begu. Zhu has got a very poor record on clay. Certainly can't be backing Begu at that sort of price. Back her if she loses the first set. Kazakina, really difficult to assess. Not been in good form, but has started to play a little bit better more recently. What has she done recently? Third round in Rome. She reached the quarterfinals of the French Open last year and the third round in the 2 previous years, so she likes conditions there. That might give her a bit of confidence. No value there unless she loses set 1, which is possible. She makes a slow start. Puig and Flipkins. Puig has been playing reasonably well, actually. Let's have a look. She's won 10 of 14 on clay in 2019. It's not a great price, which isn't a surprise. I would probably back her. I've entered on here that I'd take 1.6. 1.6 is the absolute minimum. I would prefer her to get broken and Flipkins to hold before I enter, but 1.6 is probably a fair entry. No value in that one. Blinkova Gasparian is a bit of a tricky one. Gasparian retired against Stoza in Rome 2 weeks ago. You never really know how fit she is. If she is fit, she doesn't have the best record on clay, but has been doing better this year. Blinkova's come through the qualifying rounds. Her best results have come in ITF events. So it could be a close one there. I just have the feeling Gasparian's not going to be able to last the distance, certainly being competitive for the full 2 sets. If we can get on Blinkova above even, so 2.1-ish, that's not a bad entry. Garcia. Stats all favour her. What did she do last year? 4th round last year, quarterfinals in 2017. Very inconsistent this year. I expect her to win this, but not at that price. Back her if she does lose the first set. Kontaveit is favourite in that one, but she's not going to have an easy match at all. Overall results are a little bit better for Machova. Clay results are also stronger. She reached the final in Prague at the end of April. Konta reached the final in Stuttgart last month. Kontaveit made the 4th round at the French Open last year. Machova's never won a match at the French Open, and this is her first time in the main draw, so she could be a little bit nervous. I think that's going to be 3 sets. Kontaveit back at around 1.85 seems a reasonable entry. Osaka, no value at that price. I do expect her to come through. You could try a lay on Osaka and just remove some liability around 1.2 if you really wanted to get involved. Ostapenko Azarenka. Got to favour Azarenka for that one, but I mean, Ostapenko, poor on clay, 3 wins from 9 in the last 12 months. But obviously won the French Open title in 2017, so that makes it interesting. There's certainly no value on Azarenka at that price. Worth backing her if she does get broken. Despite that win in 2017, Ostapenko just hasn't matched that form or anywhere near it, certainly this year. And she needs Azarenka to have a poor day if she's going to get anything from that one. Some value on Paquet at that price. She's underdog against Lynette. She reached the semis in Strasbourg. Lay Lynette round about 1.5. Okay, what else have we got? I don't think Babos will have an easy match there, actually. Worth backing her. I'd expect her to win it. I will back her if she loses that first set. Oops. Halep again. At that price, we can only really layer, or if you lay around about 1.1, 1.12, remove some liability at 1.25. Wouldn't be a shock if she made a slow start. Tomljanovic is no mug on clay, but certainly shouldn't be beating Halep. I think we'll see a higher price on Simona. Cibulkova, married life doesn't seem to suit her tennis career at all. Her form has really dipped since she did get spliced. Sabalenka not totally comfortable on clay yet. She's getting there and she will get there. Starts at 1.57, which is too low. I would back Sabalenka around 1.8. Cibulkova can be competitive, but I just don't trust her to close out a set, never mind a match. Okay, a little bit surprised to see the head-to-head in Gavrilova Krunic. Krunic 3-0, although the most recent was 2013. Overall results equally poor for both players in the last 12 months and also this year. Gavrilova being slightly better on clay. Krunic never won a main draw French Open match. So I've got to go with Gavrilova. She reached the third round last year. I'm looking for 1.8 before I get involved there. Siniakova. So frustrating because she doesn't seem to play the same from one week to the next. One week she can barely get a serve in. The next week she's facing just 2 break points in a match. Rybakina is going to make this difficult for her. She's come through the qualifying round. Yes, she has. Siniakova's decent results recently, including semi-finals in Nuremberg. So there's a chance she's going to be tired as well, which isn't going to help her serve. She also made the quarterfinals in Prague last month. Good chance of 3 sets. Lay Siniakova if she breaks first. Favour Wang for that one, but we need a better price before we get involved. Good chance of 3 sets. Zheng's got some good results recently. Difficult to trust Tsarenko on clay. Difficult to trust Bouchard on a tennis court. I think there's some value on Bouchard there. It depends what state her brain's in as she steps on court, how many selfies she's taken. I will look to lay Tsarenko around 1.45 and see what we get. Remove some liability around about 1.9. Fair chance of 3 sets in that one. Keys should be very comfortable in that one. No value whatsoever. It's going to be a hell of an evening session looking at these 3 matches there. Swiatek 1.05. I'll call her Selena. I can't even be bothered working that name out. It's not that difficult, but my brain won't cope. She's only played 2 matches as a pro. Hasn't played this season. How is she going to get anything out of that one? Tatishvili has not played since October 2017. So she's got to be a bit rusty. She'll probably hold the bracket the wrong way around. Never won a main draw match at the French Open. Sakari's been in decent form and should win that in 2. That'll bring the crowds in. Okay, that's it for today. Again, good day in the chat room yesterday. Lots of information shared. Please come and join us if you haven't tried it before. I will see you tomorrow.